If you've ever wondered how spirit guides show up for people, this story today that I'm going to share with you is one example of how spirit guides can show up for us. And I'm going to tell you the story of how Mercury has shown up for me time and time again. And specifically, I'm going to share, and I'm so excited to share this, to share how Mercury showed up to help me create the voice and vision activations. So Mercury started showing up when I started my journey of learning energy work. He first started popping up in cards that I would pull, so oracle cards. He showed up specifically as himself in a deck that I have, and then he would show up as Archangel Raphael. Mercury is connected to Archangel Raphael. And then I started looking into astrology, and I noticed that Mercury was highly active in my birth chart. So I'm a Virgo sun. At the time, all I really knew that I was a Virgo sun. I didn't know Mercury is the ruling planet for Virgo. Then I found out that I have a Gemini moon. What is the ruling planet for Gemini? Mercury. Then I started looking at my chart more specifically, and the planet Mercury itself is in Virgo. So I have high Mercury energy. So I'm Virgo sun with Mercury in Virgo, not only Mercury in Virgo, but Mercury retrograde in Virgo and a Cazimi. So if you've heard me talk about Cazimis, this is when the planet and the sun are in conjunction. So at the day of my birth, that was going on. Plus the moon was in Gemini, and Mercury rules Gemini. So it feels like from the day I was born, Mercury has been guiding me. Now, I won't go through all the other stories and all the other synchronicities that have happened because of Mercury. The one story I'm going to share happened last winter, so it's 2024 right now. So in December 2023, I was working with a coach to help me restructure my business. And if you're in Intuition Immersion School and in any of the DISCERN programs, then this voice and vision activation is specific to this restructuring and DISCERN itself. And the coach that I was working with had experienced my meditations, Mercury meditations that I had created before. And she suggested perhaps that it would be a great idea to do this monthly because Mercury moves into a sign almost at the same pace as the sun. It can stay in a sign for 2 months when it's in retrograde, but generally it's moving as fast as the sun. So I was contemplating that. It made sense. I have such a relationship with Mercury, and it seems like an easeful thing to do, and it's energy work, and it's fun. And so I went out and I thought, I got to contemplate this. So I went for a walk. And at the time I was in Nova Scotia, Canada, where I'm from. And I'm from a rural community. So when we go for a walk, there's a sidewalk in front of our home. We say we're going for a walk on the sidewalk. And it's rural community. So the houses are spread out and the lawns, big green lawns, grass. But it was a cold day. As I was walking, I was thinking, why am I walking? This is such a cold day. It was windy. I'm like walking against the wind. And I'm about 10 minutes into my walk, and all of a sudden I look on the ground in front of me, like on a lawn in front of me, and there's a record. And let me tell you, I've walked this sidewalk 100 times, and I know the woman who lives at this house. I don't think she's a record collector. It doesn't matter, but definitely in the area that I was in, there was no need for a record to be laying on the ground in the grass. Okay. So this is the record. I've kept it because it's too much. So you see here, Mercury. Oh, there it is. Mercury. And not only Mercury, but 12. Mercury 12. Now, if that's not a sign from Mercury that I was meant to do these voice and vision activations at the time I was calling Mercury meditations, I don't know what is. So looking more closely at this record, the song, it's a single of the song Freedom. It's the theme song from the movie Panther. I think it was released, it says here, 1995, which is also the year that I graduated from high school. This was so clear to me that Mercury was sending me a guide, basically hitting me off on top of the head to say that, yes, I needed to move along with this project. It was so important. And that was when I decided I had to do the Mercury meditations, or the voice and vision activations that I call them now. And that is why this program is here for you. And I love this story so much. There's more layers to it. If you have any questions, just feel free to share, celebrate with me. And if you have any questions about voice and vision activations, please ask. And I hope you enjoy the program. Bye.